Hello everyone, my name is Cosima and this is
Philippa.
We both have dyslexia. The main topics we will cover are what dyslexia is, why some things are hard for us, how we found out we have dyslexia, how we felt, how it's different for everyone, some tips for learning, mobbing, and other diagnostics you can get.
Dyslexia, like a different wired brain. A dyslexic brain will focus on different parts in the brain than a non-dyslexic brain. Now, let's begin with Cosima, talking about spelling and writing, which is especially hard for her. Afterwards, I will talk about reading, which is also especially hard for me.
Before we start, I would like to give you a short explanation on what dyslexia is. Dyslexia is a condition where you have problems with reading and writing. As you heard before, I have more problems with writing and spelling than with reading. When I'm writing, my dyslexic brain processes information differently than a non-dyslexic brain. That means I have to work significantly harder to achieve the same output. Many dyslexic people spell words by hearing. So if they hear the word hello, they will hear H-E-L-O, but they might not know that there is a double L. A dyslexic person can need 30 minutes to 1 hour for a simple paragraph, while a non-dyslexic person might only need 10 to 15 minutes.
Reading has always been a problem for me, maybe because I stutter a lot or I feel like I'm just too slow. Almost every other neurotypical, which means non-dyslexic person, can read pretty fluently by the age of 8 to 11, although this can be different for everyone. It is especially hard for me to read because my brain can only process words at a certain speed. In 3rd grade, my teachers noticed my reading and my writing was far behind. We went to a lot of tests and eventually found out I have dyslexia. I was in 4th grade when I found out, and I can't lie, it was not the best feeling at first, because you only knew the negative sides of it. But throughout the year, I noticed I'm not just bad at reading and writing, I'm just learning it differently, and that's okay. Unfortunately, many kids and teens get bullied for this, but I don't understand why, because if you would think, you would know that we can't decide on whether or not we have dyslexia. So why would you bully someone for something they can't control?
My mom noticed early on that something was different. I often spoke unclearly and say sounds differently. Because of COVID-19 in 1st grade, I also didn't learn to read and write as well. When school started again, my teachers said that I have problems with reading and writing. This continued on till 3rd grade. I often felt very sad because I felt worse than others and even dumb. But I love writing stories. In 4th grade, my mom showed one of my stories to a parent coach. She said it was a very interesting and creative story, but had a lot of spelling mistakes. After seeing more of my stories, she suggested testing me for dyslexia. When I found out I have dyslexia, I felt many different things at the same time. I felt scared about how my friends would react and what would happen at school. But I also felt happy because I understood that I'm not dumb and I finally knew why some things are hard for me. In the brain, there are parts like the phonological awareness and the Broca's area. In the phonological awareness, it's for breaking words into sounds, like cat into k, a, t, c-a-t. The Broca's area helps us understand language. In the brain, these connections are like a bridge. But in a dyslexic brain, this bridge is weaker or slower. That means hearing a word and turning it into letters is harder. That's one reason why writing and spelling is hard for us.
Some people are also scared or insecure their friends wouldn't accept them. But please keep in mind, nothing is wrong with you. You're just different, but in a good way. Early on, when I didn't know I had dyslexia, I often learned the texts by heart that I had to read, so I wouldn't stutter. That shows that dyslexic people have a very good memory. Like me, I memorized stuff years ago. Dyslexic people are also very creative. A good example for that are Cosima's stories. I read one of them and they're really good and interesting.
Dyslexia is different for everyone. For example, I have more problems with writing while Philippa has more problems with reading. There's only a small chance to have the exact same kind of dyslexia. There's only around a 5 to 15% chance. So if you have dyslexia, please don't compare yourself with others. And even if you don't have dyslexia, don't compare yourselves. There might always be a reason why someone is better or worse at something. Someday, you have to learn for tests. But don't worry. People with dyslexia often get extra time on tests because their brain works differently. For me, learning used to be very frustrating. Sometimes I even cried. But then I found better ways. For example, I use the app that turns my notes into podcasts or videos. That helped me much more than just reading. I also like using a whiteboard and having someone explain it to me. Even small things can distract me, so it's important to find the right way and place to learn. If you have dyslexia, try different things until you find the right way that works for you. It took us some time, but now we're way better at school.
Yes, we are. But if you feel sad or insecure or lonely, talk with someone about it, because we're sure you're not alone. People like Ed Sheeran, Lionel Messi, and Einstein also had dyslexia, and they went through their childhood too. They went through the childhood with dyslexia, so you can too. Stay strong and motivated. Thank you.